r/askreddit. You meet your 13-year-old self, but you can only tell them 3 words. What do you say and why?
Bitcoin hits 50.
I feel this is like one of those weird time paradoxes where you mention bitcoins to your 13-year-old self who probably has a limited internet access and starts searching far and wide for these bitcoins, which don't exist yet. Someone sees the word and uses it for a different purpose, and then either you invented Bitcoin in a self-fulfilling event, or the valuable cryptocurrency you wanted to buy is now known as Bitcash or Bitchange, and someone else uses Bitcoin to refer to the chips you use in a chain of laundrettes.
Brush your teeth.
Brush and floss.
Floss every day.
Don't date.
This was mine too. My first relationship was a whole pets experience, and though I learned a lot from it, it still haunts me.
Same 100%. Unless there's something I could say to make enough money that I can cope with love.
Invest Amazon 2003.
If we're going to go that route, I'd say 1,000 bitcoins, 2010.
This was my thought also after reading Amazon. 13-year-old me in 2003. Me don't have much money for Amazon, but 2010 Bitcoin is a few cents and rises to 30.
Don't trade Charizard.
I wish I still knew where my holographic Charizard card was.
The original, I forgot the password to my Bitcoin wallet.
Nat has herpes.
Now it's your pass.
Our Pez.
Listen to Dad. My mom was batshit insane and alienated her kids from Dad. Would have saved me a lot of tears had I never trusted her.
Are you my sister? My mom tried her damnedest to brainwash my sister and I into thinking my dad was an awful human being. She was successful in that with me until she kicked me out of the house at, freshly, 19 in the middle of the night with no money and nowhere to go. I quickly learned that she was projecting. My dad and stepmom are absolutely wonderful people who put up with so much crap from me. I'm grateful for them, their love and their forgiveness every single day.
I must be sisters with you guys too, LOL. Same story over here. My mom is a classic narcissist and most definitely borderline. She hates my dad and put so much poison in my brain as a kid. I had to go no contact with her 5 or so years ago.
Don't marry Jeff.
Why? I'm a good guy.
Yeah, me too.
You dad more.
I feel that, holy crap. Here's what I'd do. First, I'd show him my college ID pic that I took at 18 years old. I'm 23 now, so the image looks enough like me and him for him to understand and believe her who I am. Then I'd shout slowly, but as loud as I can, Dad Pancan 2017! Hopefully he'd look up what Pancan is and see that it refers to pancreatic cancer. 2017 is the year he got diagnosed with stage 4. He died 2 years later, but if we had checked even earlier, we might have detected it sooner and at a smaller stage. He may have survived. I was 13 in 2012, so I'd have 5 years to make a difference. Hope I was smart enough at 13, where if this scenario had occurred, I could have done something about it. If not, well, at least I'd know how much time I had left with him. Definitely could have appreciated him more. He was the best dad in the goddamn world.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Grinning. Brush your teeth.
Yes, not because my teeth are horrible, but I could have avoided a lot of unnecessary dental work if I had just taken better care of my teeth.
My problem was I brushed too hard and not up and down. Wore the enamel off the sides. Wish I'd got an electric toothbrush much earlier.
Don't smoke, dumbass.
I told my dad this every single day growing up. I used to throw fits when I was a kid because I knew how bad it was for him, and I had watched my grandmother die from it at 64. He's made it to 73, but he virtually immobile due to COP.
My mom passed last week due to complications of COT. I still am working through it.
Give Mum love. She would pass away a year later.
This is gutting. I'm so sorry. I lost my dad when I was 12 and I worried he didn't know I loved him. I worried about it, tortured myself over it. Still, speaking as a mom and grandma, I can assure you. She loved you very much and she definitely knew that you loved her. Kids worry. Moms know without a doubt that they are loved.
Don't forget about Dree?
Nah, motherfuckers just act like they forgot about Drip. Talk to people.
Would you have actually listened to yourself, though? I feel like if I said that to myself, I still couldn't be arsed.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
Enjoy your childhood.
This one hits harder than others.
You get.
Needs finger guns afterhand.
Keep making music.
There is taking a break to grow, and then there are dark ages where you forsake your instrument and regress. They suck.
Wear a condo.
What's the kid's name?
Herpes. Herpy.
People love you. Those times were rough.
In the way only a stranger can. I love you. Take care.
I love you. Nobody else was saying it to me and meaning it.
Yes, Kimmy, California. My sister wanted to move to California near where I was living. My life was really complicated at the time, and I really discouraged it. My marriage was a mess, and I was afraid it would make it worse. She stayed where she was. About a year later, she was killed by a drunk driver. My marriage ended. I would do literally anything to still have my sister here.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I understand how you must feel responsible for her death. There's no telling what would have happened if she had moved to California, though. In a parallel universe, maybe she did move near you and was killed by a drunk driver there, and you feel responsible for her death because you didn't stop her from moving. It wasn't anyone's fault except for that driver. I hope you can eventually find peace and feel less guilt, even though that's easier said than done.
Stay off of deaths. Rode a four-wheeler when I was 16. Left leg has never been the same.
I work in a pediatric operating room in an area where Ativas are popular. Anytime the weather is nice and the kids are out of school, the number of add-on surgeries we have for ATIV injuries is mind-boggling. 4-year-old, shattered femur, AV rollover. 8-year-old, broken left arm, ATV rollover. 13-year-old, ATV ejection, emergency cranie. Shattered pelvis, degloving of the leg, brain bleeds, punctured lungs. On and on and on. So much agony. So many kids. It's easily the #1 cause of emergent surgery we do. In my book, putting a kid on an AV is about the same as giving an infant a loaded gun for a pacifier. I'm really only replying to you because I hope at least one person will read this thread, change their mind, and keep a kid out of the or/more.
Are dirt bikes safer because they're lighter, or do those wreak a lot of havoc too, just not as popular?
Mom kills herself. My only regret is how I dealt with the years of lead-up. 13 would have been early enough for me to have made a difference. Maybe.
I want you to know it's not your fault. At all. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Hug your dad. He died when I was 18.
I came here to type hug your mom because she died when I was 17. I'm sorry to hear that you went through the same pain. Stay strong.
Stay in school.
You live in school now. Secretly, you are the bathroom ghost.
Evie needs help. Maybe then I'll still have my big sister.
This one made me cry. I'm so sorry.